On the news this morning, recruitment interview for batch 37 of the Nigerian Navy Basic Training School candidates from Southeast to hold in Rivers State. Anambra Ministry of Women Affairs seeks support of FRSC on gender-related issues. Federal government signs agreement with Saudi Arabia's Halal Products Development Company. As Vatican says, Pope Francis' health showing signs of improvement. Hello, beautiful morning to you and welcome to Breakfast News on ABS Television. I am David Okwasile. Before the news in detail, remember that security is here to stay in Anambra State. In the Anambra, remember security is everyone's business, and for us to have a more secure and livable Anambra State, let us join forces with the government to secure our state. If you see something, say something. Report unscrupulous elements to the security operatives for better security of life and property. Remember the emergency numbers 5311 and 0800 22008 for calls. We begin from Oka here, where the Nigerian Navy Basic Training School MBPTS Batch 37 recruitment interview is scheduled to take place from February 16 to March 16, 2025. According to a press release signed by the Commissioner for Information in Anambra State, Dr. Lawmefo, the interview will hold concurrently in two centers, MBBTS on a River State and Nigeria Defense Academy Old Site in Kaduna State. Candidates from Anambra State and other states from the Southeast Geopolitical Zone will be attended to at the MBBTS on a River State from February 26 to March 7, 2025. The Commissioner for Women and Social Welfare, Mrs. Ife Obinabo, has visited the Anambra State Sector Commander of the Federal Road Safety Corps, Mrs. Joyce Alexander, on an advocacy visit to her office in Oka to seek her support on gender-related issues. Our correspondent, Kenneth Uchkwode, filed this report.
Mrs. Obinabo, represented by the Permanent Secretary of the Ministry, Mrs. Chinwe Achibu, explained that the International Women's Day comes up on the 8th of March 2025, and the Ministry is collaborating with key stakeholders for an impactful celebration aimed to end rascality amongst couples, partners, and families.
I want to create awareness on women, on the society, how to take this kind of make sure that all these menaces in the society is put an end. And so we need the key players, and FRS is one of the major people in our office.
Welcoming the Women Affairs and Social Welfare Commissioner and her entourage, the FRSC Anambra State Sector Commander, Mrs. Alexander, appreciated the Commissioner for her visit and emphasized that women have an enormous role to play in the society, starting from their families. Mrs. Alexander emphasized that the FRSC is a gender-friendly organization, pointing that women have been proven to be better road users than their men counterparts, as the FRSC is willing to partner the ministry and sensitize the women on safe road use for them to in turn better educate their husbands and partners on road safety.
Your visit is a welcome.
Thank you, ma'am.
We will partner with you. If you get the women, you actually have the society. The woman takes it easy. They will even tell you a vehicle ridden by a woman is like a new vehicle. Because the woman handles it. That's what makes us women.
Signing of the visitors register and group photograph brought the visit to an end. In Oka, it's been Kenechukwu Chukwudi for ABS News.
In a similar development, the Ministry of Women Affairs and Social Welfare has sought for a robust partnership with the media on gender-based issues such as inheritance rights, gender-based violence, and ending obnoxious widowhood practices. Again, our correspondent, Kenneth Uchkwode, has the details.
This was emphasized during the advocacy visit by the Commissioner for Women and Social Welfare, Mrs. Ife Obinabo, to Wazobia FM and Sapientia Media, Onitsha. Represented by the Permanent Secretary of the Ministry, Mrs. Chinwe Achibu, during the visit, she highlighted that the International Women's Day 2025 with the theme Accelerate Action seeks to focus on issues that affect women and the need to sensitize the public on those issues.
We are now becoming an advocacy visit to MDAs and key stakeholders that help us to carry out the mandates of the ministry. We are now soliciting that we partner with us just like they have done to other MDAs on the issue.
This year, the Honorable Commissioner, in collaboration with some of the grassroots women known as Good Governance. So we are collaborating with them with some help of some individuals to make sure that we carry out these activities.
That's great. The only reason we are focusing on women, we know how women are being marginalized this side. So it's going to be strictly on women rights and women issue.
If we are going to protect a woman, we are protecting the family. If we are protecting the family, we are protecting the society. If we are protecting the society, we are protecting everybody.
From Onitsha, it's been Kenechukwu Chukwudi for ABS News.
In education, science teachers in Anambra's public mission, private primary and secondary schools have been asked to judiciously use the science equipment distributed to them by Governor Chukwuma Soludo. The chairman, Post-Primary School Service Commission, PPSSC, Professor Nkechi Kedubu, gave the charge during a one-day workshop organized by the state government through the Commission for Science Teachers, held simultaneously at the 6 education zones of the state. Our correspondent, Kwena Nibogo, has the details of the report.
Speaking at Igwebike Grammar School, Oka, Professor Ikedugu told the teachers that it was appalling and devastating to abandon equipment meant to be used to enhance teaching and learning of sciences to improve the academic performance of Anambra students, describing teachers as the backbone of education system whose influence extends far beyond the classroom in shaping the minds and aspirations of future leaders. Professor Ikedugu told the science teachers to take full advantage of the workshop by asking questions and seeking clarifications on areas they may not understand.
The purpose of this workshop is to provide our teachers with the skills, knowledge and confidence to effectively face the students with the challenges of 21st century, because science literacy is no longer a luxury but a necessity for success in an increasingly complex and interconnected world.
Queen Anibogo reporting for ABS News.
On the national scene, to position Nigeria as a major player in the $7.7 trillion global halal industry, the federal government of Nigeria has signed a collaboration agreement with Saudi Arabia's Halal Products Development Company, HPDC. Speaking at the signing ceremony at the Makkah Halal Forum in Saudi Arabia, Vice President Kashim Chetima noted that the partnership represents a game-changing opportunity to turn Nigeria into a global halal economy powerhouse. The agreement will facilitate investment, technical cooperation, and market access across key sectors including food production, pharmaceuticals, finance, and livestock for both countries. Vice President Chetima, represented by Deputy Chief of Staff of the President, Ibrahim Hadija, said that the collaboration is an important step in the federal government's ambition to not only tap into the lucrative halal product market, but to establish Nigeria as a leading global player. The Vatican, in a medical update, says that Pope Francis, who has been battling pneumonia for 2 weeks, is showing signs of improvement. He will remain in hospital due to complex clinical picture, the Vatican said yesterday. It added that the 88-year-old had another peaceful night and is now resting in Rome's Gemelli Hospital. But while the Vatican said the Pope's health is improving, it added further that days of clinical stability are necessary to resolve the prognosis. In sports, Africa's top table Africa's top table tennis talents have clinched their places in the 2025 ITTF World Cup by advancing to the semi-finals of the ongoing ITTF Africa Cup in Tunisia. The standout players include Aruna Kadiri of Nigeria, Omar Sarr, Hannah Goda, Dina Meshref, Miliam Ahodabi, and Fatimo Bello. Hannah Goda of Egypt was the first to secure her ticket with a commanding 4-1 victory over Tunisia's Maram Zogalimi. Following her lead, Nigeria's Fatimo Bello also triumphed 4-1 against Tunisian teenager Ella Saidi. Omar Sarr, a 5-time African Cup champion, faced a tougher challenge. In the semi-finals, Aruna Kadiri will face Batix, while Assar will compete against Salifo in the men's singles. In the women's singles semi-finals, Goda will battle Bello and Meshref will take on Ahodabi in the race to the podium in Tunis. Remember that you can follow news and programs on ABS from any part of the world by liking our Facebook page. Follow us at Anambra Broadcasting Service. Subscribe to our YouTube at ABS Television, Oka. On X and Instagram at ABS Radio TV. You can also log on to our website at www.absradiotv.com. The main points before we go, we told you that recruitment interview for batch 37 of the Nigerian Navy Basic Training School candidates from Southeast is to hold in Rivers State. We also told you that Anambra State Women Affairs has sought the support of FRSC on gender-related issues. We also told you that the federal government of Nigeria signed an agreement with Saudi Arabia's Halal Products Development Company to tap into the $7 trillion market of halal across the globe. We also told you that Vatican says Pope Francis' health shows sign of improvement. Security is here to stay in Anambra State. In the Anambra, remember, security is everyone's business. And for us to have a more secure and livable Anambra State, let us join forces with the government in securing our state. If you see something, say something. Report unscrupulous elements to the security operatives for better security of life and property. Remember the emergency numbers 5311 and 0800 22008 for any information or call. That's the news this morning as edited by Wayne Anibogo and the production team. I am David Okwaso. Thank you for joining us on the news this morning.